How much of your life is actually yours? And how much of it is shaped by what other people might think? Because if we're honest, most of us are more influenced than we realize. Welcome to OpenLab Curiosity. Intelligent conversations about the questions people are too curious to ignore. Today's question is a simple one, but certainly not an easy one. Why do we care so much about what other people think? We all say we don't care what people think. But if we really look at how we live, what we say, what we hold back, what we go after, it's clear that we do care. We adjust how we speak. We filter what we say. We hesitate before taking action. Not always because we don't know what to do, but because we're aware of how it might be seen. Why does this happen? Well, at the basic level, it really makes sense. As humans, we are wired for connection. Being accepted, being part of a group has always mattered. So naturally, our brains pay attention to approval and rejection. But the problem is that awareness doesn't stay balanced. It starts to shape our decisions, not based on what we actually want, but based on how we think we'll be judged. And it shows up in many ways, but mostly I believe it shows up in subtle ways. Things like not saying what you really think in a conversation, holding back on something you want to do, overthinking how you come across, even to the point of questioning yourself. And not because you're wrong, but because you're unsure of how it will land. And it's not always loud. Sometimes it's just a quiet adjustment over and over again. And before long, we become less true to ourselves. And there's a deeper layer to this. So if we look at it a bit deeper, it's not really about other people, but it's about how we imagine other people see us. Which means a lot of the pressure we feel isn't even real in that moment, but it's internal. It's perception. It's our own interpretation. It's the story we tell ourselves about what others are thinking. So the question becomes, how much of what you're doing right now is actually aligned with you? And how much of it is shaped, even slightly, by the need to be seen in a certain way? Because the thing is, once you start noticing it, you will realize it's everywhere. It's pervasive. And maybe the goal isn't to stop caring completely. That's probably not realistic. But the goal is to become aware of it, because that's where things start to shift. That's where you get some control back and live more authentically. This is OpenLab Curiosity. I'll see you in the next question. And remember, until then, stay curious.